Household robots are almost here. AI will be the hustler's dream and the big question of the decade. Will AI make us stupid? You're watching the AI Report. Lots of exciting stuff to cover today. Let's get into it. Okay, check this out. This is practically a robot for your home that will soon be able to do your chores. You can use natural language to give instructions to this thing. This is exceptional because even the best similar systems can't do this yet, as they rely on a smaller vocabulary that's not enough to understand general instructions. So the person in the video says, bring me the chocolate boxes, the cereal box, and the pill bottle and put them on the bedroom table, and voila, the robot obeys and does the actual thing. What? It's here. The future is officially here. I expect one of these in every bored middle-class person's home by the end of 2030. Fascinating. Just look at this. It looks like the Boston Dynamics robot dog. It has the environment partially mapped. It can explore and learn the environment on its own. It's very precise with its robot hand. Truly fascinating. Airbnb founder and CEO and least favorite person of hotel owners, Brian Chesky, thinks that AI will make having a profitable side hustle or startup much easier. It's easier to imagine what jobs will be displaced by AI than what jobs would be created. I think this is going to create millions of startups. Entrepreneurship is going to be a boon, says Chesky. 100% true. I can attest to this myself, as I'm currently a one-man team, and by using AI, I essentially do the work of a small team of people. I mean, I'm not saying I'm doing like an amazing job, but it gets the job done. I mean, you're watching this right now, right? I honestly believe that people who want to create stuff will have so many great tools at their disposal that the time and effort it takes to go from idea to product will be minimal, and there will be no need for teams of people for small projects like this. Just think about it, like this entire little project maybe 30 years ago would have taken me like 5 people, an entire studio, like thousands or tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, investment, maybe like weeks for the editing, for the shooting. And now I just do it like practically for free. It's crazy. That's what technology brings to you. So true, this might mean fewer jobs for people, but it also means more entrepreneurs. It's like we're living in a Gary Vee dream right now. Okay, time to poke at the dragon a little bit. Turns out Nvidia chips are officially banned in China. I honestly didn't know this. Man, it must be really frustrating for China to watch all of those beautiful, fresh, crisp new AI chips get manufactured a stone throw away from them in a land that used to be part of their country while they are in a desperate need of AI progress. Anyway, in cities like Shenzhen, Chinese buyers can get their hands on Nvidia chips on the black market. Ooh, illegal activity. Always kind of gets me going. The buyers must be willing to cough up 20K, double the standard price. China, listen to me. You should ditch dictatorial communism. Switch teams and join the good guys. You will have all the tech you want at regular retail or even wholesale price. France wants to be the hottest AI place in Europe. French President Emmanuel Macron said that, okay, time for French accent. I think we are number one in AI in continental Europe, and we have to accelerate. Well, it's continental Europe. Like, who's your competition? Macedonia? I'm allowed to say that, by the way, because I'm Macedonian and we love poking fun at ourselves. Plus, we're also probably like, we don't even have an AI sector. Or if we do, you're currently looking at it like it's waving at you. This is the AI sector in Macedonia. No, but seriously, the only serious competition France would have in continental Europe could probably be Germany. The Nordic countries are also quite tech-savvy, but I haven't heard a lot from them about AI. And I also think Italy started to invest some money in AI recently. And of course, UK is not in continental Europe. Yeah, when it comes to European AI, it will mostly come down to France, Germany, and the UK. Macron also says we will invest like crazy on training and research. Believe me, this is clear that the US is number one, For good reason, because it is a huge domestic market. I want us to clearly bridge the gap and invest much more, develop much more, and accelerate much more. Good. Très bien. Pardon my French. While we're still in Europe, Sam Altman and OpenAI are lobbying for easier regulation on AI in the European Union. Europe was one of the first regions to seriously start working on AI regulation, and they will probably be the pioneers here. Their decisions might have a lot of impact on how the rest of the countries regulate AI. Yeah, it's a matter of finding the right balance, as usual. AI must be regulated, but at the same time, it can't be over-regulated. That will choke out innovation, and the bad guys win then. Speaking of bad guys, if you need to protect yourself from them, you will dial 911. But if you dial 311 in Portland, you might get an AI to handle the call. Okay, that bridging was like really bad. I desperately wanted to make it work, but maybe I wanted it like too much. Anyway, in case you don't know, 311 is like 911 light. You can call them if you want to report a problem or find out something about your community or snitch on your neighbor, but it's not used for real emergency. It's basically police for Karens. And the city of Portland is experimenting with letting AI handle all the Karens reporting on suspicious-looking people taking a walk in their neighborhood. I'm curious to see if some Karen manages to get even the AI to lose its temper, like, geez, lady, it's just an ethnic man walking his dog in your boring little suburb. Like, relax. No, seriously, this is a good use of AI. 911 operators are overextended, and this might reduce their workload. Good job, AI. I like this article by Michael Petraeus. If AI is plagiarizing art and design, then so is every human artist and designer in the world. Good point. We have a nice little picture of the Luddites breaking machines here. Pretty much nothing is 100% original, like ever. We're all standing on the shoulders of giants. That's a quote by Isaac Newton, by the way, one of the very few people in history that have actually had original insights. And even he's saying his achievements wouldn't be possible without all the hard work of his predecessors. The author argues that AI generates unique art even though it is derivative of existing work. I don't know, I still might be in favor of somehow rewarding the creators of the original work, or at least crediting them if nothing else. But yeah, plagiarism might be too harsh of a sentence for AI-generated work. An article on ZDNet by David Gewertz, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, examines a similar question but for code. If ChatGPT's AI helps you write your app, does it still belong to you? I guess he means, does the code belong to you? Okay, personal story time. I used to be a programmer in a previous life, and I still code to this day, and I can confidently tell you that there's not a single programmer on earth that hasn't copied and pasted code from Stack Overflow or GitHub or some other open source project. And yet most of them never give credit for that code and claim that the code is theirs. I'm as guilty as everyone else, obviously, if not more. How will this be handled? Well, in 2021, the Canadian Agency for Innovation, Science and Economic Development recommended 3 possible approaches to the question. Ownership belongs to the person who arranged for the work to be created. Ownership and copyright are only applicable to works produced by humans, and thus the resultant code would not be eligible for copyright protection. Or a new authorless set of rights should be created for AI-generated works. Yeah, I think AI will result in changes in copyright laws. Maybe AI-generated work will be a class of its own. An ideal and probably non-realistic scenario might be to grant some sort of partial copyrights to the people whose code has been used by the AI, or even something like a big tax on all AI-generated code that's distributed to the entire open source community in some way that measures merit and contribution and all of that. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here. I took the role of the idea man. Speaking of idea people, Apple has been very quiet when it comes to AI. However, that's just part of Apple's clever marketing strategy, probably. Behind the scenes, Apple is making some serious AI moves and has been doing that for a while. Siri, anyone? They have a ton of AI and machine learning talent. But typical for Apple, they focus on how to use the AI to benefit the customers, not talking about AI itself. What a great sales strategy. I've never really been an Apple fanboy, and I don't even understand why everyone is drooling over their products, but one thing is for sure, Apple are marketing geniuses. In their strategy, their marketing, their sales, their copy, their materials, they never make it about themselves, about the company, about Apple. It's always about the customer. That's like the single most important number one golden rule in marketing. And yet so few companies manage to get it right, even though it sounds so simple. Also, Apple generally avoid adding half-baked features in their products, and they probably don't see a brilliant use of generative AI in their products yet. So they're either waiting on generative AI to become better, or maybe they're working on something of their own. Moving on, 73% of consumers trust what generative AI wants us to see. The AI must be thinking, that was easy. I didn't think they would swallow this so quickly. Okay, I like this article from Terence Tao, a professor of mathematics at UCLA. Super smart guy, has the super smart guy glasses, so he must be legit. No, actually, I took like a free course on something about maths from him on Coursera, I believe. I might be wrong on this, don't quote me, but anyway, great article. I like this particular piece. When integrated with tools such as formal proof verifiers, internet search, and symbolic math packages, I expect, say, 2026 level AI, when used properly, will be a trustworthy co-author in mathematical research and in many other fields as well. That's like 3 years from now. Yeah, sounds about right. Good timing estimate. We go from the UCLA to Berkeley, where a researcher deploys robots and AI to increase pace of research by 100 times. Yan Zhang, some Berkeley genius, has built a new material research lab where robots do the heavy lifting and AI has the power to make routine decisions. The lab has 3 robotic arms and 8 furnaces. Furnace? They're using robots to bake cookies? No, actually, furnaces are used in material research to heat up mixtures and materials. So, this makes it possible for research to be done 24/7 and humans just keep an eye on things to make sure everything runs smoothly and the robots don't revolt and take over. And finally, after all that talk about smart people at prestigious universities, let's talk stupid people. One of the big questions of the decade. Will AI make us stupid? Or stupider is probably a better word. Great article by Simon Winchester at The Guardian. Basically, many people have the belief that AI will become so good that it will eliminate the need for humans to even have to think. Well, that kind of thinking, see what I did there, is nothing new, and it rears its head every time a new revolutionary technology enters the scene. There were people who believed that calculators would make us stupid, or computers, or Google, and all of those tools actually freed our minds from the need to store information and enabled us to do what humans do best, be creative. And currently, AI has a hard time being creative in a useful way, especially without human guidance, and that's where I see the biggest opportunity for people who get involved in this. Now, I might have a counterpoint here, and it's only based on my own observations, so it's not like an immediate slam dunk, but hear me out. People who use all of these tools and know how to use them are actually becoming smarter, not dumber. I don't know a single stupid person who's using smartphones and computers and the internet properly, let alone AI. In fact, most of the stupid people I know don't even use these tools. And even when they use them incorrectly. So maybe AI will make those who don't use it stupid. And my usual call to action, learn AI, don't fear it, embrace it. Alright, that sounds dramatic enough for a finishing line, and that's the way it is. That was the AI Report. Your boy here is putting the soul in solopreneurship with this channel. One guy doing all the research, writing, editing, shooting, publishing, trying to make sense out of this entire AI mess for all of us. So hit the like and subscribe buttons in the name of love and value, and I will see you tomorrow.